First Local, supported by Maker North, 3D printing, laser cutting, 3D design, education, prototyping, and more. Maker North, whatever it takes. Shop local, dine local, listen local, love local. Small businesses in the Algoma area have been a huge part of our community. Now is the time to show our support for them. From local markets to retail stores, music venues, and restaurants. Small businesses make up the backbone of our community. So go on, embrace all they have to offer by shopping, dining, listening, and loving local. Visit ssmcoc.com to learn more or to join the Chamber today.
It's Jacob Moore, sports analyst, back in the On TV studios, letting you know that 705 Sports is now expanding. We will now be airing 705 Sports headlines Wednesdays at noon. This will be a much shorter, quicker version of 705 Sports, where we'll be talking about all the biggest stories in sports, but not breaking them down quite the same way we do on the full show, which will still be every Friday at noon. So make sure you turn in to 705 Sports headlines every Wednesday at noon, starting this Wednesday.
Superior Adult Learning is looking for volunteers who want to make a difference in our community and help others reach their full potential. In only a few hours a week, you can help our learners achieve their goals and set them on a path towards a successful, independent future. Visit www.superioral.ca to get started now.
How's it going, everyone? It's Jacob Moore here at the On TV studios, letting you know there's been a slight change to 705 Sports. 705 Sports will now be airing Fridays at noon versus Fridays at 4 p.m. We will still be covering all your local, national, and international sports. The difference is now, while you're enjoying your lunch, you can check out myself, Dan Gray, and multiple different guests as we go over all your sports coverage. So make sure to tune in to 705 Sports Fridays at noon on our Facebook page and video on demand.
Superior Adult Learning provides free one-on-one support to help you reach your goals. Improve your reading, writing, and math skills, become more independent, and increase your employability. Visit www.superioral.ca to get started now.
We all know that 705 Sports loves to take questions from the community, and we're looking to go one step further. Send in your video question and it will be used on the show. Dan and I will break down your question and answer it the best to our ability so you can really feel you're a part of the 705 Sports community. 705 Sports airs every Friday at noon on TV and Sioux Online's Facebook page, plus our video on demand service at SiouxOnline.com.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's Monday.
It is Monday, January the 17th. Countdown to Friday begins today officially.
We're halfway through the month already.
Well, and
Actually over halfway.
that much is true. And as I have always said, it can only ever be winter as long as it can be winter. So
Yeah.
we're that much closer to spring. I anxiously scan the sky every morning for signs of light to remind me that I'm not getting up in the middle of the night. It just seems that way.
Where it doesn't feel like spring today is Southern Ontario. I'll tell you more about that coming up. But they are under the gun for some really heavy snow today. So not looking good for them. Looking
Wow.
okay for us. So
Still measured in centimeters, so I find
it
it
is.
hard
Everything
to
is
really...
measured in centimeters and millimeters.
So we were just talking about this. So 50 centimeters predicted, but you said only about 30 will
About
stick.
30 would stick on the ground because there's that evaporation that goes on during a storm, and some of it just melts on contact. And
The water cycle.
yes, that's very much so.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, so 30 centimeters. So you think of a ruler, add like 5 centimeters to that. Okay, so can we just keep this all in perspective? Like, I don't know, is that like a Sault Ste. Marie view or?
This much snow?
Eh,
That's for Ottawa. That's a lot of snow.
quick, somebody call in the army. We
For
need some
sure.
shoveling.
And especially for Toronto. Especially for Toronto, they're going to get hard hit today.
Yes.
By the way, today is January 17th, and I
Yes.
just want to wish my brother-in-law Tony Bizzotti a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Tony.
Happy birthday, Tony.
Yeah, kids back to school today. Mine will be
yes.
back in class. We did have discussions about it, and they are both anxious to return. Again, hitting hard on the social component of school, and I think that, if we can take something valuable away from the remote learning and the ongoing shutdown, open up, is, understanding, I think, the critical importance of the social component of school, with regards to children's mental health and what's important to them and what supports their learning. And in our household, certainly, it is that ability to kind of interact with their
Sure.
peers, their cohort members, and it's certainly going to lessen the impact on my grocery bill because, again, for me, remote learning was an exercise in 675,000 snacks a day. Yeah, so that. Ooh, full moon tonight.
Full moon,
moon's
wolf moon.
rising. Yep, and Craig is suggesting that it will not be visible. I have found the moon always finds a way to show herself to me.
Maybe.
No, definitely. Sometimes the clouds part only for that moment, but
Yes.
she shows
You have
herself.
to be watching the sky.
If you are watching the sky. What else can I tell you? This moon is referred to the wolf moon. I'm still doing some research on that. Preliminary information suggests that it had to do with, the general creepiness and perhaps the time in which individuals were beginning to recognize the cycles of the moon and the darkness of the time of year and everything, and they could hear the wolves howling outside the village perimeters. Perimeters? Something that starts with a P. It's
Sure.
Monday. Get off of me. So
yeah.
yeah, hence the wolf moon.
All right.
Okay.
You do news.
I'm going to do news. Okay. Let's talk about news. I thought today, instead of hitting right into the crime and the accidents, I'd get into something that's a little bit sort of light if you'd like to be active in the winter. There is an event coming up. Organizers are inviting the community then to test their springtime grit in the Beaver Freezer Marathon, which takes place March 6th here in the Sault. The course follows 10 different waterways through pristine wilderness where participants can ski, fat bike, or run across frozen lake streams, trails, and portages as part of a relay team, or they can tackle the adventure on their own. Participants can choose from the full marathon, the half, or the solo race. So the course will start and finish at Hiawatha Highlands and will have transition areas every 8 to 14 kilometers where participants will be able to resupply and swap teammates. The course will, of course, Monday. The course will be well marked, staffed, and have specialized teammates. The safety crews will be checking the ice conditions and ensuring safety. So this race then has been organized by one Lawrence Foster, who is a two-time Canadian adventure race marathon champion and has organized various adventure races in Southern Ontario. So locally, we are grateful for the amazing community support for the event, and they already have reached nearly 100 registrants. So we do have a lot of information with regards to what each component of the race, should you choose to select the marathon, the half marathon, or the solo race, what that means for you. And of course, posted to our website is the article summarizing the event in its entirety, as well as the 2 points people that you can make contact with, how to make contact with them, should you wish to have more information. All right. Now into the accident. So over the weekend, relatively stable conditions. There was, shortly after 11:30 a.m. on Saturday morning, reports of a rollover in the north end of the city. So emergency services upon arrival did find a pickup truck on its side facing east in the westbound ditch of 4th Line. Paramedics could be seen treating at least one individual in the back of the ambulance, and we're just going with the back of the ambulance because I don't know what it's called officially, while firefighters did secure the vehicle. So police in that time did close 4th Line east and west of the collision scene while the incident could be cleared and investigated. Roadways in the area, of course, were relatively slick in that time. So once again, the reminder goes out to everybody that road conditions are variable at this time of year. And in this moment, certainly caution is warranted. Leave extra time to arrive to where you're going, and just be careful. Be careful. Use your signals. Okay. Now, so we have been covering the recent sudden death and the identified victim, as did occur last week in Jamestown. In this moment, a GoFundMe page has been established, and they are, of course, looking for support. A close friend of the family did set this up, and she did pen a very heartfelt letter. She said, "Hello, I am writing this on behalf of the devastated and grieving Simpson family. On Thursday, January 6, 2022, Tori Lynn Simpson's parents, Shane and Jen, started their day expecting to be able to sing happy 27th birthday to their only daughter until messages of condolences started flooding them. Confusion, shock, desperation, fear, and hope that it wasn't true all led to the brutal and soul-crushing news of Tori's sudden death the evening before. As the whole family is taking in such tragic news and an investigation is being executed, the family is doing their best each day right now, but have so many questions with no answers, despair in their heart, and a cloud of confusion making everything harder by the minute. Mental health, of course, being the most important factor of focus for the whole family, and each and every one has despair and confusion in their lives. Not now the focus of how to come up with financial savings to lay your baby girl to rest. So this friend of the family has asked for their permission to execute the GoFundMe page, to acquire the support, the financial means of laying this beautiful soul to rest properly. And she calls upon everybody who knows, when you have to make these sort of arrangements, it's not only difficult, but it's very costly. The family needs to be concerned with getting through this and not how it's going to happen. They do not have life insurance. As always, they've just been there financially in the moment for their children on a daily basis to meet their needs. And this leaves them just with the necessities. So Tori Lynn, once again, Tori Lynn Simpson was an amazing young woman, the heart of a champion, and loved with every part of her heart. Her bright and colorful soul will not be forgotten, and her memories will be within our hearts forever. So she again is asking for help. We have posted this to the website along with the link to the GoFundMe page. If you are able to assist, please find it in your hearts to do so. Okay, we're going to hop on over to Craig now to find out if the full moon, the wolf moon, tonight will be visible. Craig.
Well, I'm saying it's going to be somewhat cloudy, but hey, we could see a little parting in the cloud for Heidi for tonight. We did start this week very mild. I mean,
yeah, compared
to last week,
yes,
this morning feels very mild, even though we're still, believe it or not, below seasonal at this point. We are looking at a live shot right now of the St. Mary's River and City Hall, and it looks like a very calm day today. It is going to stay calm for most of our day today. We are going to see some winds, though, pick up later on this afternoon. Let's take a look at your 12-hour forecast. There it is, just becoming windy this afternoon. We may see a little bit of sun this afternoon. Temperatures around -6, which is just at seasonal. But we are watching a storm coming in for late day Tuesday. I'll tell you more about that. We could see a little bit of flurry activity tonight. But the temperature is holding steady for the evening, dropping down to -18 for tonight. So it's going to be a little cooler than last night. I'll give you your full 3-day forecast coming up. Heidi?
Okay, well, thank you for that. Yes, I will certainly take the warmth of this morning, if it can be called warmth, and I will call it warmth, over what we experienced last week. We are about to go to commercial break so you can hear from our local sponsors. I did want to take a moment to highlight a new eatery that is opening. They will be open to the public in 1 week's time. They are called the Italian Cowboy. Okay, so definitely worth checking out. We do love to love local, eat local, shop local, play local, do all the local things, support new businesses, in particular this one. So keep your eye open for the Italian Cowboy. All right, go fill your cup. Come on back. I'm gonna, talk about the COVID numbers, because that's one of the things. We're going to talk about how some of the long-term care workers are concerned about mandates for the booster shot, how to make snow shoveling part of learning for your children. Come on back. Superior Adult Learning provides free one-on-one support to help you reach your goals. Improve your reading, writing, and math skills, become more independent, and increase your employability. Visit www.superioral.ca to get started now. Shop local, dine local, listen local, love local. Small businesses in the Algoma area have been a huge part of our community. Now is the time to show our support for them, from local markets to retail stores, music venues, and restaurants. Small businesses make up the backbone of our community. So go on, embrace all they have to offer by shopping, dining, listening, and loving local. Visit ssmcoc.com to learn more or to join the chamber today. Good morning and welcome back. As promised, we will take a quick visit into the COVID numbers. All right. So yesterday, Algoma Public Health did report 60 new cases of COVID-19 and 568 active cases. Okay, so that brings total numbers to, once again, 60 new cases, 568 active cases, which represents an increase of 21. The number of resolved cases then has risen to 39, and there are, in this moment, 11 people in hospital, with one of those reported to be from outside of the Algoma Public Health Unit. So how that breaks down regionally, 59 of the 60 new cases do roll up to the Sault area, and one is attached to Central and East Algoma. Now, provincially, Ontario, of course, continuing to battle the Omicron variant. The number of people receiving care due to COVID-19 in an intensive care unit increased on Sunday. So the latest data released by the province yesterday said that there were a total of 579 people in intensive care units in Ontario, which represents an increase from 21 from Saturday's data. The number of people receiving care in an ICU on a ventilator also increased on Sunday, jumping to 340 on Sunday from 319 just the day before. However, they are also acknowledging that overall hospitalizations across the province actually dropped. So the data then said that 3,595 people were in hospital due to the coronavirus, marking a drop of 362 from the number of hospitalizations reported the day before. And then again, in a very official tweet, Ontario's health minister noted that not all hospitals in the province report data on the weekends. So there you go. Okay. Now, it was a busy weekend for our Greyhounds. They did play 2 games to another empty arena, one on Saturday night, one on Sunday, but my information suggests that we have a positive outcome. So very fortunate to have Jacob here in the studio with me to give us the blow-by-blow.
Well, thanks again, Heidi, for letting me come on with you again this morning. And let's talk about these Greyhound games. So the first game, Hounds won. Second game, Hounds also won, but actually the 2 winnings are not the biggest piece from these games. There's a highlight from Sunday's game that's going to come on your screen that's called the lacrosse goal or the Michigan goal. Now, this is when he puts it on the blade of his stick, and see how he tries to lift the puck into the top corner?
Wow.
That is a very, very, very hard move to do. So I want to give that big shout out to Tanner Dickinson, who was able to pull that off. Unfortunately, the goaltender was able to make the save, but besides that, Hounds pretty much were able to do whatever they wanted to do in this game. They had some struggles where they needed the goaltending, but Samuel Ivanov on Sunday played outstanding, making some really big saves. And a lot of people would say, why are you focusing on the goaltending on a 6-1 victory on Sunday? The reason why I do is to start the game, Owen Sound outshot Sault Ste. Marie 7-0 in the first 6 minutes. And it really came down to goaltending until the team could find their legs. And the team found their legs this time. I think they're used to that, a bit more used to the empty arena. The GFO also added some more sound effects to the arena, so they had like sounds of fans cheering a little bit when there was a save. The sound effect would come up, and I think just adding that made a really big difference. But overall for the Greyhounds, they have to be happy with the way they ended this homestand, winning 6-1 on Sunday and 5-2 on Saturday. You really can't complain about those results.
Well, I mean, I think it's important, though, to, when you view a game, to recognize certainly, the offensive game is significant, but without strong net minding, you're going to lose.
Well, exactly. You know what? That's actually been a big topic of conversation with Greyhounds fans of late, trying to figure out what they need to do with their goaltending. But I think Ivanov just really pled his case to get some more starts. He's been the backup goaltender for a while, but if he plays like that, I think the coaching staff is going to be forced to let him have the net a bit more often.
Cool. Awesome. Well, congratulations to our Greyhounds, and we look forward to more of these strong results despite the empty arenas. And I think, putting in canned noise would be creepy, but that's just a Heidi perspective. Okay. On to the long-term care workers. So most Ontario long-term care workers then have just under 2 weeks then to get their booster or their third COVID-19 vaccine doses. However, union and industry groups say that more time is needed to meet the government's target as staff infections reach record levels and workers struggle to access appointments. So the government then has mandated booster doses for workers in this sector, citing the heightened risk to vulnerable residents living in the homes that saw thousands of deaths and outbreaks earlier in the pandemic. Workers, volunteers, and students have until January 28th to get their third doses and stay on the job if enough time has passed since they've received their second dose. So people who became eligible for boosters after January 1st have until March 14th to get third shots, and those with recent COVID-19 infections will also have some more time to get these shots. Long-term care ministry says the majority of staff are currently eligible for third doses, and as of January 12th, Close to 64% of those people had already gotten their third doses. And this is according to a spokesperson who did make a statement on Friday. And he also added that the expectations remain that eligible staff will receive their third dose by January 28th. As always, the article in its entirety is posted to our website at siouxonline.com. So for more information or to follow that story, please do go check it out. One more time, Mike? Got to go to Craig. Got to go to Craig. Well, let's get on over to Craig then.
Well, Heidi, today we get to enjoy some fairly warmer temperatures, actually mild temperatures, maybe even tomorrow as well. And then we start seeing some active weather heading our way for Tuesday night, but I'll touch on that in just a bit. Right now we are watching this system here. I told you this last week that this system was going to bypass us, and it did, but now it's stretching back further west, hitting Toronto, Southern Ontario. They're under the gun today for some heavy snow accumulation, and we all know what happens to Toronto when they get over a centimeter of snow. They're under the gun for 20 centimeters today from that one system. Bypassing the Sault for the most part. We are watching another system coming down for Tuesday afternoon into Tuesday night, and we will definitely watch that for you. Let's take a look at the radar. We don't really have a lot to tell you about. We're going to see a mix of sun and cloud today for the most part. Mainly cloudy conditions, but we do have a scattering of flurries just off the lake. Nothing really to worry about, no accumulation expected. As far as the temperatures go, we are back to seasonal at -6. We may even bump that up even a little further today. -10 in Wawa, -14 in Timmins, and we're all basically seasonal temperatures for today, maybe even above seasonal for tomorrow. This is how we draw it for today. This is that big system hammering Southern Ontario on the eastern seaboard. And again, we don't have to worry about that. We do have a little bit of a weak cold front coming in today. Nothing really to worry about, but we do have this system, which is kind of off the map right now, but it's going to quickly come in for Tuesday afternoon. Could give us up to 20 centimeters by Wednesday morning. So we're definitely watching that. In the meantime, this is what we look like for your 3-day forecast for today. Just mainly cloudy conditions. We could see a little bit of sun here and there. Temperature's not bad at -6. For your day tomorrow, we're actually calling it -10, but we actually are going to see temperatures closer to -5 to -3 before we drop to -10 for Tuesday afternoon as that system comes in. And again, we're under the gun for 12 to 20 centimeters, mainly at nighttime. So Wednesday morning, you might have some snow to brush off your car. And for Wednesday, again, we're going to see some blowy conditions for Wednesday. Actually, those winds start tonight, but they really become a factor on Wednesday, blowing all that snow around. So not a good-looking Wednesday, and our temperatures are on the way back down for later on this week. I'll give you your complete 7-day forecast coming up. Heidi?
All right, watching those numbers carefully, Craig. We're about to go to another commercial break. I want to take a quick moment to remind everybody that the Esquire has some fantastic meal deals right now. You can feed your whole family for $50. You get your choice of entree out of 3 entrees, and your choice of out of 3 sides, plus 6 Molson tall boys. So that's right there a pretty spanking deal. On top of that, CLA, if you're looking for a relevant volunteer opportunity, CLA is currently looking for some very, very high level committed individuals to come into their group as a volunteer. So again, 2 local agencies looking for support in this moment. So please do go to our website, look up these wonderful deals and this wonderful opportunity. In the interim, go fill your cup and come on back so we can talk about some snow shoveling, how the nice fancy screens in our cars are becoming problematic. As always, we'll have the social media. I've got some really great factoids today too. So go fill your cup and come on back. Superior Adult Learning is looking for volunteers who want to make a difference in our community and help others reach their full potential. In only a few hours a week, you can help our learners achieve their goals and set them on a path towards a successful, independent future. Visit www.superioral.ca to get started now. First Local. Supported by Maker North. 3D printing, laser cutting, 3D design, education, prototyping, and more. Maker North, whatever it takes. Good morning and welcome back. Hopefully you had a chance to fill your cup. Mike's trying to be bossy with me, but that never really works very well. So let's talk about the snow. So, last week we did get a dumping, as it were. So, families struggling with the task. We talked about the volunteer work of the firefighters who helped a local resident clear their driveway. Now, parents of École Notre-Dame-du-Sault were very pleased to integrate the act of shoveling snow during the period of virtual learning. Now, as we know, kids are back in the classroom today. Some parents, though, still do have the option of continuing with the hybrid model until February 3rd. So this led some teachers to kind of indicate that, there's an opportunity here for kids to get involved, increase their levels of activity in that time of not being super active, but getting the benefit of fresh air and helping their parents deal with the snowfall. So, it's never too early to, get them indentured and get them helping around the house, Okay, let's talk about those lovely screens that, are supposed to keep us safe by keeping all of our communications hands-free so that we are able to focus on our driving while in the vehicle. However, some advocacy groups now are saying that they're getting too high-tech. They provide too many options, you from scrolling through Spotify to find that right song. Although I will say, I can just hit a button and just tell it, I want to hear this song and it'll play. I don't have to take my eyes off the road. But anyway, some people do. You might get a text, you might get a message on Messenger. And you're monitoring all of these things, all the while you're also on the lookout for pedestrians, for cyclists, other vehicles. So automakers have been installing increasingly high-tech features and infotainment. There's a new word, infotainment systems in vehicles, but it's not making them safer is the problem, okay? So the most high-profile example in this moment is Tesla, which recently drew criticism for allowing video games to be played on the console while the vehicle is in motion. Even standard options like changing the music or using a navigation system can create those distraction problems for the drivers. So there is a lack of regulatory oversight into the issue. Safety advocates are working to raise regulatory and consumer awareness about the risks of increasingly complex vehicle controls. So, we're going to keep our eye on that because, who's playing a video game while they're driving?
Not me.
What?
Driving is a video game.
Well, well, certainly when you add in people who think that...
Remember, back in my day, the big high-tech in the car was an 8-track player. So.
No distraction there.
Yeah, clank.
All right, what? He's before Google. Okay. All right, so how much time, Mike? Because you're really knotted up about the time. My factoids? Okay. So the first one is short, but it's impactful. It was on this day in 1994 that Danny Bonaducci and Donny Osmond slugged it out. Donny the Stormin' Mormon versus Danny the Dude Bonaducci. And Danny Bonaducci, who did, of course, play Danny Partridge on the TV series The Partridge Family, wins a 2-1 decision over singer Donny Osmond in a charity boxing match.
I remember that.
Donny the Stormin' Mormon? This is actually what he called himself. This isn't just me being awful on Monday morning. Okay, the 2 shot is up, which means this camera. All right, and then the second one I will tell you about that Mr. Rogers had to get involved in. January 17th, 1984, recording TV is ruled legal, okay? So this was known as the Betamax case. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled that copying television programs for the purposes of time shifting does not constitute copyright infringement, and that manufacturers of home video recording devices cannot be held liable for consumers violating copyright laws. So, of course, a motion brought forward by Walt Disney Company and Universal Studios, they sued Sony, claiming that their Betamax recorder, Betamax recorder could be used for copyright infringement, and they were therefore liable for damages. Enter Mr. Rogers with his little cardigan sweater and his peaceful demeanor. TV personality Mr. Rogers testified that some programs willingly allowed time shifting, thus providing a legitimate use for recorders. So part of the court's decision was a need to prove that home recorders in fact had a legitimate legal use. So there you go, time shifting,
There you go.
and it wins the day. All right, we're going into social
media time.
Still time to get your words in there, and I promise to chew on them right in front of you. All right. Okay, what are we looking at here? I don't know if Margaret McKeag was the first, though. No, you missed Jim Whitty. Jim Whitty beat everybody to the punch. The beginnings of a new week. Good morning. Good morning to you, Jim Whitty. Then we get to Margaret McKeag, who says, good morning, all. Good morning, Margaret. Nice to hear from you. Kathy Ramsey says, good morning, you all. Well, good morning to you and yours, Kathy. Kathy says, remember, there are school buses. So I think a reminder to parents to get your kids out there on time, and a reminder to drivers, school buses are out there, so pay attention and stop. All right. Tristan Tremblay says, good morning, all. Good morning, Tristan.
Morning.
I hope you have a good day at school, love. Enika says, good morning, everyone. Hope you all had a great weekend. It was reasonable. We didn't talk about the weekend.
No.
Was all right?
It was okay.
Yeah, it was all right. Bradley says, good morning, with a peace sign. Good morning to you, Brad. Oh, good morning from Team Jen from driver's seat. Good morning, Jen. Yes, remember, driver's seat is always an option. No amount of alcohol consumed should be in your system when you drive. Just call driver's seat. It's very reasonably priced and very effective. Joanne Burmaster says, morning. Morning, Joanne. Joseph says, good day. Good day to you, Joseph. Always nice to see your little face in the picture. Jim Whitty greeting Brad Evoy. Lou Sirianni. Ooh, is that a new viewer? I've not seen that name
Lou
before. Well, you might know Lou, but I've never seen the name before.
No, I've been watching for a while.
All right. Well, first-time commenters, so thank you for commenting, Lou. Let me see. Bradley responding to Jim. Sue online, presumably Craig, responding to Lou. Kathy Boren says, good Monday morning. Make the most of it. Make it matter. You always have a choice. You always have a choice. So, okay. Jen Buchan, good morning. Have an amazing week. You as well, Jen. Tony Mancuso says, good morning, everyone. Hope you have a good day. And I hope you have a good day. Tony, yes. That's who I thought you were talking about, actually. But then I think he already had a birthday fairly recently.
Yeah,
so.
no, this is Tony Pizzotti.
Tony Pizzotti. Okay. Is that emphasis on the right syllable? Pizzotti. Okay. Steph's, nope, can't skip over Kimberly Seabrook. Good morning, Kim. It's nice to see your face. I miss seeing it live. And Steph Swanson says, have a great week all and enjoy this beautiful warm day. Oh, practically tropical.
Enjoy it.
Speaking of tropical, where is Mike Adams? Costa Rica. Where are you? He's probably soaking up the rays.
Yeah, he's not letting us know.
Drinking that fantastic coffee in the sun. All right.
2 more months till spring.
Well, I know, but it's so dark. Okay. And then Kathy Boren is rounding out the comments, and she says, Mr. Rogers really rocked. He really did. Such a compassionate man, and certainly the soul of acceptance and kindness. Okay, that's enough for me. Craig.
Okay.
7-day
forecast. Not looking so bad today and tomorrow, except for tomorrow night. We do have a system coming in that could dump about 20 centimeters here in the city, so we're watching that. Hopefully that doesn't come to fruition, but what we're seeing is colder temperatures again, then back up, and then we're going to go back down again. So The cold winter weather isn't done yet, but I can tell you we're not going to see those minus 30 temperatures. We're just going to stay in the minus 20s, so that's good news.
Yeah.
Going right into February, and February it looks warm.
Oh, good. Oh,
Warmer.
Valentine's Day. Yay,
Yes.
yay, yay. All right.
Okay.
Well, that's all we have for you today. So go get your kidlets ready, get them on the bus, drive them to school, do whatever you're going to do. Be careful on the roads. Have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow.